Welcome back, everybody. Division 2. This is DJ Kano, and we are taking it in the White House today. Nothing super important, but I guess I haven't really looked at a bunch of videos recently, but I don't know if this is important to anybody, but I was just gonna go through my inventory and show everybody how I do it because I think I have a pretty good system in terms of how I organize and I am a hoarder too. I have a lot of stuff. I am a digital hoarder. I have so many things in my stash and inventory. So I was kind of just gonna go through it and give like some tips and tricks on how to maybe manage it quicker or efficiently. I know I have some clanmates and some team members that they take forever doing it, and this is not. I mean, this is going to still take a little bit of time, but I think I'm pretty quick and efficient. So let me go through that and let's talk about this. So I'm in my stash right now. I know I'm looking at 143 out of 150, 289 out of 300. That is quite full. That's a lot right there. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to start by going to one. I have 11 slots in my stash, so I'm going to just go bit by bit. So I'm going to start with my weapons first and take a look. So I'm right now. I'm scanning quickly to see for one if I have a star on it. That means it's already currently used, especially with the icon that's right next to it. That means it's part of a loadout. It's part of a build. So I know that's not a new piece. I'm just gonna ignore it completely and just keep going down, right? So you see these stars and looks like cards, like one on top of the other kind of a deal. You know, if I see that, I'm just gonna skip right through it all the way down. So I see one without a card. That means I do have a chatterbox. That's probably the one that I was gonna use for a different build. I haven't used it yet. This one is not starred, so this one is probably going to be used as a component, but I'm all full up, so I don't want to waste my components. So that one essentially would normally go in the stash, but it's going to stay with me for now. Same with this one. Okay, so I know that I've gotten these recently. There's no stars on them, and it's going to be used as components. Okay, so star, 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 star. Okay, so boomstick. This is going to go into the inventory. Into the stash. The mop into the stash. Tsunami has a star, so that means that it's been acquired from before. Glory Days into the stash. Okay, and I must keep going down. So these have stars. That means I intended on using them for something else. These are not new things I've acquired. They've already been in my inventory. Okay, so that's I've just cleaned out every new gun that I've recently acquired. That I'm gonna go and check now to see which guns that don't have the stars on them, how they compare to the ones that are inside the stash. So I'm going to compare, especially if I have duplicates, same modeled guns. And of course, whichever one's the better one stays, the other one goes. Because you can't keep it all. You can't keep it all. So, what will help, okay? I don't know how much other people pay attention to these little icons on the bottom of this particular screen. You can see in the very bottom I have move to inventory, compare, unmark, options, toggle view stats, all that stuff, right? So first of all, I'm going to press options. That's one that I don't know how many people use. I like using this a lot. So I had it sorted by new right here. This is by new, so that when I do pick up stuff, I look at my inventory. It's at the top of my list. Right now, I don't want new. New's not going to help me. So when I look at my weapon type, look at my weapon type. Okay, I'm gonna press back, and now I have it all organized by weapon type. So these are shotguns here. Okay, and as you can see, this is a right at the top, perfect example. This is the new boomstick because there's no star on it. I just put it in the stash, and then this is the old boomstick. Okay, so you look, I can just right next to each other, side by side. I can determine quickly off the bat that this one is not better than the one that I had. Well, I mean, it's arguable, right? I'm looking at the max rolls. This one is max roll at accuracy. This one has crit chance, you know. So technically, I could spend more time optimizing this one up here, get rid of this one. But you know what? Because of what it is for me, it is it's a high-end shotgun, a double-barrel shotgun. I'm okay with keeping the accuracy. Not everything that I use is gonna have to have crit chance and crit damage. So, and it's already a pretty powerful gun. So I'm gonna stick with the max rolls and get rid of this boomstick here. Okay. So L2 will mark it as trash, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just move it back to my inventory. Okay. So coming down here, so these are the guns that were recently acquired. So I have a tactical SASG 12K. I have a black market SASG 12S. So they're probably similar. You look at the damage, 506, 180. This one's got 189. Okay, so they're very similar. So I'm gonna look at these two max rolls on that. This one is God rolled with rate of fire and killer. This is preservation with crit damage. So which one is really the better gun here? So do I really need repairs? I can also still, this has not been re-rolled at all, so I can still roll rate of fire something else and keep killer on. So that means this bad boy is gonna go. Okay, so L2 and back to the inventory. Okay, so you can see this is the process that I'm gonna be going through here. Damage to armor is nice. I can max roll the top roll or the bottom roll. Doesn't matter. These are both decent rolls for the mop. I don't need both, but this one, okay, this one has fast hands, critical hits at a stack of 4% reload speed bonus, critical hits. And then this one is consecutive kills refills the magazine. I think Pummel is a fantastic talent for the mop. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and keep that. And this bad boy, which happens to be the new one, is gonna go away. Okay, it would be nice to keep both. I really wish I could, but I need to throw things away. I can't keep every single thing. I'll make an exception for something like the Carbine 7. I really appreciate this AR, so I'm going to keep both Carbine 7s given the rolls here. That's why they both have stars. The Mop, I mean, it's an okay gun. It's not my favorite, so I'm not going to keep two of those. Okay, Glory Days. I got swap speed maxed out here. This one I have damage to target out of cover. I kind of like the damage to target out of cover. I'm gonna probably, honestly, as much as this is God rolled, I'm gonna keep this bad boy here. Mark that as favorite with the R2, and then I can unfavorite it by R2 on this, and this guy's actually gonna get scrapped. Okay, so that's basically how it's done. It's very simple going through this process, but you look how quickly I can just scan through. If I see a star, I'm just gonna keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. If you have to do a detailed inventory later, then that's what you have to do. But for now, I can quickly go through it just to make sure I get some decent space and I can head back out there pretty quickly. Designated hitter. Okay, this is a gun I just haven't been able to check yet. I do like this gun and it's God rolled, so I'm going to mark it as favorite. Okay, and I keep going. You keep going. I'm going to see if there's anything else that's not starred. Okay, so that's my recommendation, especially for the guns. There's so many guns. I would go ahead and have it unstarred, the things that are new, and then go ahead and move it to your stash. Of course, be careful you don't hit L2 by accident and you mark it as junk and then you deconstruct it by accident. I know people that have done that to exotics actually, so be careful about that. Okay, so right now, because I did mark a few things as junk, I always want to double check. There's still like maybe one or two things on my library that I haven't maxed rolled yet. So I'm just looking to see if there's any little green arrows to tell me that one of the things I'm about to throw away is actually going to be still used into my library. But for the most part, I'm pretty maxed out in my library. There's only, like I said, a couple things that I need to get a max roll. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. So I always double check with that, especially with the weapons. Okay, so now that I'm good in the library, I'm holding my R3, and I'm just going to go ahead and trash it all. Okay, so that was a quick way just to get a few slots open. I got 140 out of 50 now, and that four spaces matters a lot on the higher levels when you're playing and you're a lot more selective about your gear. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna do that with all of these things here. So we'll go with the masks. So this is obviously brand new. Okay, there's no star. It's not doesn't have a loadout. That goes away. Okay, so this is a foundry mask right here. Garbage. Negotiators, that's actually pretty decent. I thought I had negotiators in my inventory. I guess I don't. Oh, do I? One other thing to look at too is I also have it as new here, right? So I pressed options. I clicked on my L3. What I like to do for the gear, I go by brand. Okay, so if I go by brand, okay, you can see that if I have the same brand of a mask, the same brand of any of the other pieces, I can see right here next side by side. Two punch drunks. Why do I have two punch drunks? Because one's rolled with armor, one's rolled with red. Okay, so I can kind of see very nicely, very clearly. So I can see that right next here. I thought I had an extra negotiator's mask in here. I don't. So I can see it by organizing it by brand. Okay, then I have this. People said Seska, Cheska. I have no idea which one it is. Okay, so I can do that. So masks are already clear. So if I go to my stash, look at my masks, make sure that again I'm on brand, and now you can see how nicely I can look at my different pieces. Badger Tough, okay, Bellstone, Bellstone. Why do I have two Bellstones? For one, the rolls are not bad at all, and two, Bellstone is a pretty universal um, brand set, branding, yeah, brand set. Okay, so it's a pretty good brand set all around. It's great for hybrid builds. It's great for tank builds. So I don't mind having more than one of this. Okay, so I just remembered that I actually have two punch drunks in my inventory. Okay, so I don't think I need this. This one has weapon handling. The other ones had crit chance and armor regen. So I think I could re-roll those if I needed to. I don't know why I'm saving this punch drunk. Bye bye. And I was easy to pay attention to it because I didn't have it start. I knew I was questioning it for later. Okay, so I like to keep one at least one brand of each, one of each brand in my stash if I can. If it's a really good brand set, like I said, Bellstone, I don't mind having two. Then I'll have two. But otherwise, I try to keep only one. The only other exception is if I have named items, right? So Night Watcher is not a great named item, but because I have that, I don't need any other Healer Guard. Okay, so moving down, one Murakami. Here we go. Negotiator. Which one's better? 5.6 chance, 5.6 chance. The one I have has better weapon damage, so I'm just going to do that. Perfect. So I was able to make sure that that one is gone. Why do I have two ongoing directives? Because that one's already been rolled. I can roll the bottom, I can roll the top. So ongoing directives is the bleed damage one. For now, I'm just going to pass through it, and this is where I will go through a detailed inventory later and decide if I need both. But for now, I'm just going to quickly go through the rest. And look, okay, system corruption. So system corruption is the one that replaces armor kits with an instant infinite use. So is it beneficial to have a max roll status effects? And what I would do to consider if I'm going to throw that one away or not is would I ever consider doing a system corruption which has armor on kill, disrupt pulse resistance, and armor? So it's basically, technically, it's like a blue build. Would I consider doing status effects? You know, would I do that with this build? And to be completely honest, I don't think so. So as nice as that status effects is, bye bye. Okay, I already have a decent one here. True Patriot, I have two because it has these. I might actually do this is the same argument. I might actually do a True Patriot status effect build, so I might keep that. It might be kind of interesting, so I'm going to keep this piece. That's why I have two. Walker, okay, why do I have two Walker? One, they're both God rolled, and two, Walker in overall like Bellstone, it's a good brand set. Everything you would do, weapon damage, damage to armor, damage to health, all very good. So it gives me a lot of versatility by having more than one. Wyvern, Hollow Man. I wish I had a way to use Hollow Man. I don't really. Okay, and then the Seska. So I have three Seska here. Okay, so this one's road yellow. Weapon damage. Okay, so I have weapon damage, crit chance. Most likely, I could roll this with crit damage. I don't need this one, right? So what I keep it becomes down to this one or this one because they both potentially have the same rolls. If I roll explosive resistance as crit chance, then I'm going to have to optimize weapon damage. This one, it's already got a double god roll, double max roll, so I can god roll it with damage later. So Seska, as nice as you are, goodbye. Okay, so like I said, very, very simple. It's as simple as that. And already my stash has gone down by at least a few pieces. My inventory is getting lower. Let's go ahead and crush the masks that I don't need. Okay, I already know that my masks in my library are good, so I'm not going to check it at the library. Okay, and now I'm down to 136. So this is how I'm going to slowly chip away. And because I'm explaining everything, I'm going slowly. But once you get the hang of doing inventory this way, hopefully this does help you guys go through your inventory, your stash, and maximize your space as much as possible while not sacrificing too much because you don't want to throw everything away, but you also can't keep it all. Okay. Last thing I'll go over before I stop, because all the other things, backpacks, gloves, this is all going to be done the same way as the mask I just showed you. I'm going to show you guys how to clean out your mods. At least this is how I do it. Maybe this helps you. Okay, so I have an invite to Spartans in a little bit, dude. Okay, so you got to get out of your stash for one. Okay, you go to your inventory, and I'm gonna go ahead and press cross, get into here, go to the very top at Sticky Bomb, my first one, and I'm gonna press square. Square gets me into the mods section. Okay, I'm gonna press cross there, and I'm just gonna look. Same thing, stars, star, 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 all good. Okay, there's nothing new. This is nothing new. Okay, back it out. Okay, square again and cross. Okay, so this is obviously new, and I'm just going to compare shock radius, shock radius. Nope, don't need it. Goodbye. Cross. Okay, so this is brand new. Duration that I have is better. Goodbye. And it's that simple. Okay, so I don't know how anybody else does it, but this is how I do it. Let's see, duration. Okay, and to me, it works out very, very quickly. I'm just looking for anything that's not starred. Effect duration is 8.9. I have 9.5 already. Okay. Duration is 6.2. I already have 7.0. Okay. So this is how you do the mods. So healing. Healing. 4.5. 4.5. Duplicate. Okay. You just go through each mod, and that's how you can get through your mods pretty fast. Okay. One more thing. I'm going to go to one of these pieces here. I'm going to press square for the mods on my gear. Okay. So what I'm going to do is click on cross, and I can see here. This one, there isn't. Well, I guess there is a semi shortcut. So I don't know if this is new or not, but you see on the very bottom, filter options with the triangle. If I press and hold triangle, I don't know if this is new or not. I just saw it, yeah, relatively new, relatively not that long ago. But it's very easy. So if I have in question, armor on kill is one of the new things here. If I click on cross armor on kill, press back, I can see only my armor on kills here. Okay, so armor on kill um, 18,000 versus the old ones are 17. I want to get rid of the lowest one, which is this one. So unmark that, favorite that, favorite that, and then get rid of that. Now that it's marked, once I get out and go back to the normal inventory, it'll get crushed like everything else. Okay, so square. Okay, go ahead and click it. So ensnare resistance is another thing that I'm looking at here, or crit chance. Let's go with crit chance. Okay, press and hold triangle, crit chance, press back. Okay, so now that I can see here, I have 5.9, 5.7, 6.0. Don't need the 4.5. There's my answer. I don't have to sort through and go down the list of every single one. Okay, because that's what a lot of people would be doing. That's what I used to do. Okay, is go through it this way, which is really annoying because it's not in order of any kind, really. Okay, it's kind of messy. So press and hold triangle, and that's going to be your saving grace to help you out a lot. Okay, so hopefully this really helps a lot with inventory management. Okay, for mods, for skills, mods for gear, weapons, and your gear itself. All right, so until next time, guys, shoots.